I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, to episode number 29 of the Best Thing We've Seen podcast. My name is Flo.
And I'm Gabe. How are you?
I never know what to say.
Fine.
Yeah. Fine. How are you?
Fine.
Great.
I'm tired. How about you?
No, I'm somewhat okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Had a cup of coffee.
I did, yes.
Look at you. I'd love a cup right now.
Are you a coffee drinker? I thought you didn't like coffee.
Well, I'll never drink it at home because I don't have a coffee machine or anything like that.
Right.
So I just drink
Starbucks
tea.
only for you. Yeah.
I've been to Starbucks like once in my life. So,
yeah.
No.
Well, you can only afford it like once a year.
That as well, yeah.
Not you. I'm talking like generally. People can only afford like one of those cups like a year.
Yeah, with those weird fucking latte macchiato with like sprinkles and I don't know what else in there. Like this pumpkin spice.
Sure. Have you ever tasted that?
I'd love to try it because I've heard great things about it, but I'm normally not a huge fan of those extremely sweet coffees. But
I was going to say, yeah, it's supposed to be
you
so
tried it?
sweet. No.
Okay.
I've heard it's supposed to be. I like sugar in my coffee, but I've heard that this is like taking it to the extreme, pumpkin spice latte. So I haven't tried it. I don't want to like throw out like $6 or $7 or whatever it is to have like a sugary mess of a drink.
Well, we can try in like 2 months, right? Around Halloween again.
Yeah, we can try it.
Let's do this.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on the show afterwards. How we felt about it.
The worst thing I've tasted all week.
Yeah. So let's talk about last week's episode. Do you have any?
Regrets?
Obviously, we had it. No, yeah. Do you have any regrets? No, but I know that you enjoyed the episode, and I'm quite proud of it too. Is there anything you want to like? Have you thought about it about the list? Do you want to make some changes, or are you happy with it afterwards? Obviously, I'm talking about the Jake Gyllenhaal special that we recorded last week, and
yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's a great episode. I don't want to sound arrogant. I mean, it's one of the few episodes that I listened to fully and enjoyed because when we started this podcast,
what are you talking about? First of all, it's one of the few episodes that you listened to and enjoyed. The ringing endorsement.
I've been enjoying them more. I like our podcast. I really do. My problem is not with the content. The problem is with my own voice and how he sounds. But I'm getting more into it because when we first started this podcast and I started listening to it, I just hated it whenever my voice came on.
Right.
But I've been enjoying it more and more. I'm getting more used to it, I guess. And I really enjoyed the last episode, and I kind of forgot that it's my own voice for a while, and I really enjoyed it. And I really loved the intro that it did for it, and I think it's one of the cleaner episodes that we've done.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was kind of nice. It's nice to see how smooth things have become compared to like the couple of first episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm proud of it.
We're sort of somewhat improving in some small pieces, even, but well, not even. What's the word? Like we're improving. No, but maybe in small steps. We're taking small steps. We're improving every week, just a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, more comfortable with it. And
I like that you're becoming a fan of your own voice.
That's quite nice, quite soothing.
You listen to it every night now?
And just start talking to myself.
Yeah. You just ask the questions that I ask you on the podcast. You just mute my voice. You just talk to yourself because then you get the response, obviously.
I got a Flow app on my phone. It's just random fucking questions in your voice, and I just answer them.
It's the funniest thing you said, dude. I've had this discussion with some friends of mine who told me that there is an app called Flow, which is an app that women use to track their period. It's a real thing.
I think we've talked about this before. I don't know if it was on or off.
That was definitely off
camera.
The podcast.
All right.
Off camera.
Yeah.
But a girlfriend of mine came up and told me that she thought I sent her a message, but then it turned out it was just the app sending her a notification. I was like, what? How many, like, How many people have this app? Like every time I send them a message, they have a.
They ignore you.
Yeah.
It's just the app.
It's just the app.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I didn't know that that app existed. I mean, it makes sense that it exists, but I didn't know it was because I think there's not even a W at the end. It's just FLO. That might be wrong, but yeah.
You should sue them. I bet you could get a lot of money out of that.
Yeah, I bet I could. Yeah.
Or emotional distress because a woman ignored you.
Yeah.
I'm behind you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's the main thing I'm gonna do in the next couple of months. I'm gonna sue an ovulation app that has my name.
Right. As you can see, we have a lot of great things going on in our lives.
What are you talking about? All right, let's get into this week's episode. Obviously, we're back talking about the best thing that we've seen all week. We're not doing a special episode this week. Obviously, they wouldn't be special if they were like every week, right?
Yeah, and plus we wouldn't have time to watch all the things that we have to watch for each special episodes.
Right, that's very true.
It becomes quite stressful. Like the last couple of days before we start doing a special episode, I watch about 3 films a day.
I know you do. I can't bring myself to
the time. All right.
Yeah, I don't know, but
it's fun.
It's fun.
I mean,
it's fun.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoy it very much. It's just
don't make it sound like it's work.
That's not work at all. It's a great hobby or just a great time.
Yeah,
but it takes up a lot of time.
It's
time that I do have.
It takes up a lot of time if you want to be well prepared, which is a testament to you. But you know, we could wing it and not rewatch anything.
Yeah, but my memory is too bad for that.
Yeah.
No. Otherwise, I've forgotten about pretty much every movie, so
sure
I have to rewatch things.
Well, let's see what you saw this week. Maybe you can remember. Is there anything? First of all, I have one honorable mention.
All right.
So I don't know. Do you have anything other than your pick that you want to discuss? And first of all, let's please explain how the show works.
All right. So on the normal episode, we discuss the best thing that we've seen all week, which means anything from a movie, TV show, or maybe a YouTube video, maybe a painting, whatever, any kind of visual medium. And we discuss the best thing that we've seen. And obviously, we have no idea what the other person is going to pick. It's completely new to us. And yeah, just going to have a nice discussion about it.
Yes. And I was, because you told me before that you, so sorry, let me ask you this way. Do you have an honorable mention or do you just have one pick?
I have one new thing that I've seen, one best thing that I've seen this week. And I have, one thing that we can discuss right now, which is I finished Normal People.
Yes, I was anticipating you saying that. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. What did you think?
It is amazing. It is a great fucking show.
Yes.
And I think I agree with you. I think you mentioned that the last 6 episodes are the best. Although I do not agree that Sweden is the best episode.
Yes, I remember saying that. I think episode 9 or 10 or whatever is somewhere, and I completely agree. I don't think this is one of the best episodes. I was just saying that I think in terms of it's like you can see the episode ratings on IMDb.
Yeah,
and I think the Sweden episode is the lowest rated episode. And I was just saying that I actually quite enjoyed that one too. But I agree with you that it's not the best episode.
It's quite a hard episode to watch.
It is, but I thought it was just so somewhat like I know people who are this like numb to everything at times and just do things that they actually don't want to do. If that I could sort of relate to her in that mood that she was in.
Yeah,
not necessarily the actions that she took, but but yeah.
Yeah, but it's a great show. I used to say I think my favorite episode, or one of my favorite episodes, was the second to last.
Yes.
And the one where they were in Italy.
Yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah.
The tension between the people
Jamie
on the dinner
and,
table. Yeah.
Yeah. And I started watching a couple of interviews with them, and them saying that Jamie's like the actor of Jamie's like the nicest guy. It's always like the guy who plays the prick in a show. It's always the nicest guy, apparently.
Yeah, he plays a great prick, though. I mean, he's so unlikable in that show. What was the second to last episode? Just give me like a few pointers.
I don't want to get this wrong. I think the second to last is the one where with the funeral.
Oh, is that the second to last?
No. Oh, sorry, no. With the. I just remember that the second to last was one of the best. Let me look it up. Or was like the one with the psychiatrist.
Well, that's the same one, isn't it? That's my favorite episode. Yeah. The one where he's at the psychiatrist. I think that's some of the best acting I've ever seen.
Let me look it up. Normal people. Hope you don't hear my keyboard.
I do, but it's fine. It's immersive.
Oh no, sorry. All right. That was what the episode was about. It's about Marianne, like her family, and then like Paul Maxwell, like Connell comes to kind of her rescue.
Oh, with the brother.
Yeah,
that was the second to last episode. You said.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that was my favorite, and I love the ending. It's. I was trying to figure out how could you end this, because I don't know, do they just break up, never see each other, do like have a happy ending, and then it's like, I don't know. But I think it's an ambiguous ending, and it's like,
you're talking about the series ending now, not the second to last episode.
I'm not gonna say if it's like a positive and negative, split up or stay together or whatever, but I think it's just a perfect ending for what the show kind of embodies.
Yeah,
and it's open-ended enough to be, well, fine, because I think if it's just this, I don't know, happily ever after or a complete disaster or whatever, it could kind of ruin the show. Because I don't know, it's kind of the whole point of the show is like, is it not? And the kind of the realistic thing about the relationship, it's never 100% certain, I guess.
I was gonna say that's the realism that I love about the show, because the relationship that they built in those 11 episodes, or I think the whole
12.
thing is 12, right? Yeah. But in the 11 episodes prior to the ending, it's sort of like a horrific breakup, or everything is fine, wouldn't be earned if they earned the ending that they had. And I think it's great. Yeah, absolutely. I love the show, dude. And and once again, I think when he's at the psychiatrist, I think that's just
it is amazing.
Yeah. And I can't wait to see what they both do next. I think these are some of the very, very promising young actors that we have, and I'm excited.
Yeah. I'd love to see them again. And I have to say, Neil, like his roommate for a while and like his best friend.
Yeah.
I just love the dude.
Well, he's got
Great
so
guy.
little. Oh, sorry, that's the guy who was in Italy as well, right?
Yeah.
He's great.
Just a great guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole casting is great.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about this, I think, 2 episodes ago. The casting director is nominated for a Golden Globe, rightfully so, or Emmy.
I think it was an Emmy. Yeah.
Emmy, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Have the Emmys aired already?
I do not think so. I'm not sure.
I don't know either. I wouldn't have noticed it if it had. Yeah, Emmy 2020, so. Monday 21st of September. Okay.
All right. We'll see if some time.
Yeah, if Normal People brings in some awards, it would be fucking deserved. That's 100% sure.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they kind of handle the whole thing with like the ceremony.
Yeah.
If there are any people there,
it's
going to be like streamed.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. All right, dude. So, have you watched Project Power?
I haven't yet. No.
Is that on your list?
It is on my watch list just because of Jamie Foxx, but it doesn't look great, to be honest.
I watched this because I was sure you would have seen it.
I completely forgot about it, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I'll just talk about it a little bit. Yeah, we don't have to get into it. This is not my pick. But it's sort of, everyone seems to hate this movie. And I'm just judging from the people who I follow that have watched this. Everyone is like bashing the film.
All right.
And maybe once again, the beauty of low expectations. I had a good time with this movie. But it definitely isn't my pick. For anyone who doesn't know, Project Power is a new Netflix release. I think it came out like a week ago, something like that. And it stars Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Machine Gun Kelly.
Great.
Dominique Fishback. She's like the young girl, the up-and-comer. I don't know if she's been in anything prior to this, but she's this is, I'm guessing, her sort of breakthrough.
All right.
And it is a very, very similar story to Limitless, a movie that I know you didn't like, but I think a lot of people do like a lot. And the story is that there's like a drug scene in the city of New Orleans, and they sell this pill that gives you power for 5 minutes, but you don't actually know what power it gives you. It could potentially kill you if you take it.
Is it different from person to person, or from
It is
pill
different
to
from
pill?
person to person.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. So one guy takes a pill, and he takes it once, and then he takes it again. It's not the same superpower every time.
No.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
No.
So
if
one person always gets water, and one person always gets fire, or...
That's right. Well,
Right.
if you take it once, if you take it another time, you'll get the same power.
All right.
But it varies from person to person. So if you're a bad person, I think it's like also that if you have good in you, then it sort of elevates the good power in you.
My God.
Yeah. But
I hate moves do that. Yeah, sorry.
Well, it's not as like cheesy as I just made that sound. But I think that this whole idea of like every person has a different power is something that this film didn't really play enough with, because you get to see like the powers of like, first of all, some of the bad guys, obviously they just take it when they're in a fighting situation and then just get like superpowers. Yeah, one can crack his bones in order to make his bones like sharp and use them as like weapons. But it's all like one guy just gets ridiculously strong, whatever. But they just, I wish they would have played with that more. If they'd have shown different kind of powers. They played with it a little bit, but I think that's sort of an element of the film that they could have played with a little bit more. But yeah, as I said, the movie, it's about Jamie Foxx is sort of trying to track down his daughter, because it's got this very. It reminded me of Last of Us, because there is this cure in Ellie, and people are trying to extract her powers or that cure in order to save humanity, right? And in Project Power, it's very similar. That Jamie Foxx's daughter is sort of one of she's very strong. She's got like a great power inside her, and therefore she gets kidnapped, and people are trying to extract that power in order to create the new human species that is sort of based on her powers. But Jamie Foxx obviously doesn't want his daughter to be like an experiment, or doesn't want her to be a lab rat, and he's sort of trying to find her. This is not a spoiler in any way. This is the story. So it's Jamie Foxx trying to track down his daughter. And then on the other hand, you got Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and who's a cop,
of course,
who's trying to track down Jamie Foxx, because Jamie Foxx is meant to be the source of this power pill.
What?
He's supposed to be the guy who's the source. Like,
what do you mean supposed to be?
Well, I don't want to give it away if that's the case. But
right.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
So I guess no.
No, I didn't say that.
Right. Yeah.
But Joseph, no. It's just in the start of the film, the girl, Dominic Fishback's character, she meets Jamie Foxx, and he like kidnaps her in the beginning, because he's trying. It's very everyone's trying to track down who is sort of responsible for these pills.
But are it like everybody can kind of get those pills, or like just, I don't know, security contractors, or like the super villains have them, and then it kind of gets into the hands of the good guys? Or
no, the girl is a dealer for it.
All right.
Like it is like sold on the black market, the drug.
Okay.
You have to know specific people in order to buy it. And she is a young dealer who's doing it because her mother is sick, and she's sort of, why are you laughing?
I'm sorry. It's just... well, it's all right. Yeah.
She needs money, and therefore she goes down maybe the wrong path and sells these drugs that she has access to because her cousin produces them, or whatever, dude. Yeah, it's not really important where she got it from, whatever.
Right, yeah.
But Jamie Foxx sort of realizes that she is selling these drugs, and is therefore going after her because he wants to know where she has those drugs from in order just to find his daughter. I'm hoping that makes sense. It's not as complicated as I make it sound.
So?
Yeah. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt is friends with the little girl, and then it's sort of them three interacting with each other and chasing each other and working together and then working against each other, and it's just a bit,
So what would you say is like the problem with the film everybody has? Because you said it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
Not great, but enjoyable. What kind of makes the film enjoyable but not enjoyable enough to be like a good film?
First of all, I think the visuals are great. Really think they're great. And also when they take the pills, it looks a bit I mean, obviously over the top because things are exploding, and one guy, Machine Gun Kelly, he's in this. He's like a rapper, singer, whatever, and he has
like in the film?
No, in real life. In real life.
Right.
And he has a fight scene with Jamie Foxx after he takes like a pill, and he gets like fire shoots from his body, and he's like the Human Torch from Fantastic Four.
Right.
And that whole fight sequence, it looks really, really good, in my opinion. This is directed by the guys who did Nerve, if you remember that movie.
Yeah, with I forgot her name.
Emma Roberts.
Emma Roberts, right?
Yeah. I think you enjoyed that movie, didn't you? I know that
a
friend of ours, Max,
fine.
loved that movie.
Yeah. It's like
I know the next
fine
time I'm going to see him, he's going to say I didn't love the movie, but he liked it a lot.
Sure did.
Yeah. And you can sort of see elements of Nerve in this. They're called Henry Joost and Ariel Schulman. I'm going to butcher their names. I'm sorry.
I thought that was kind of funny that they always do their films together, because it's quite rare that people co-direct, except for maybe like the Wachowski sisters.
Yeah.
And the Safdie brothers, Safdie.
Yeah. No, for sure. But maybe that's sort of one reason to watch this film. If you enjoyed Nerve, which is, I think it was kind of divisive as well, because it's got like this B-movie vibe to it, which is not, I'm not saying that as like a negative thing. It feels like this feels like a Netflix film. And this is genuinely not like a bash, but you wouldn't watch this film in the theaters, I don't think.
Right. Yeah.
And I would sort of categorize Nerve as the same thing, even though we saw that in theaters and it wasn't a Netflix film. I think it's got like this Netflix film vibe to it, where if you know what you're getting yourself into and you just want to have a good time and shut your brain off, you're going to enjoy this film. But the reason why I think a lot of people don't like Project Power is because, first of all, the main thing that bothered me, the ending is just so dull. It just ends, and it's like, okay, yeah, what was the, like, not what was the point, but it's like, okay, yeah, this didn't take me by surprise. I expected everything to happen the way it did, and it's just like, okay, we're there now, and now we're driving off into the sunset or whatever. You know, it's okay, thank you very much. What the hell? Couldn't you have done anything else at the end? You know, there's a whole like.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to strike the thing with the driving up in the sunset. It's not even a spoiler, but let me just.
I think we all expected it.
Yeah, but I'm not telling you who's driving off in the sunset. Could be.
All right. I'm guessing Joseph Gordon-Levitt and the daughter.
No, it's what? No, it's Jamie Foxx's daughter. I think you.
I mean, Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Jamie Foxx's daughter.
Right. Yeah. You have you watched it?
No, but after your raving review, I'm not gonna.
Dude, as I said, I liked it. It's got like a rap element to it as well, because the little girl is an aspiring rapper, and there's like Jamie Foxx like challenges her to rap, and it's actually quite decent, I thought. I
mean, I wasn't like ready to immediately watch this because it just looked like something that's not like up my alley, right. And like after hearing you talk about it, it's pretty much exactly what I kind of expected.
Yeah, it is not anything special. Right. But if you enjoyed Limitless is a way better film than Project Power. But
the concept I'm not even a huge fan of Limitless.
Yeah, so. I know. No, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this movie to you. And once again, this is not my pick. Let's stop talking about it. Let's stop talking about it. What do you got? What's your pick?
All right, my pick is something that I watched in the cinema once again. And I asked you if you want to go, but
forgot about this.
Sadly, you couldn't or wouldn't.
I didn't want to, dude. I'm waiting for Tenet. I am waiting for Tenet.
It's fair. But it was quite cool because I was like pretty much the only one in the whole cinema. It's just me and a couple.
Yeah.
So it's a nice experience. But I watched Richard Jewell, the new Clint Eastwood film. And maybe some of you hearing this will be like, what? That's not a new film. It's quite old. Yeah, but it's new here. It came out in June or July in Austria because, shit happened.
Yeah.
I think the official release date would have been like June. I looked it up, but it came out like a bit over a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, it's a great film. And I fucking loved some of the acting in there. And I'm surprised that you just didn't jump at to watch this film because it's with Sam Rockwell, and I know you're like a huge fan of his.
Dude, this is a movie that I've been looking forward to for over a year. But I had the option, I had the choice of watching this as my first movie back in the theaters, or Tenet, which is my most anticipated movie of the year. I'm gonna wait for that to watch.
Yeah, sure. If you want to do like a huge like comeback, I think Tenet is a good film to kind of come back to the cinema too.
I'm expecting a huge comeback. I'm expecting applause when I come into the cinema. I want popcorn to be thrown at me.
The second one might happen, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a great film. I mean, if you don't know what the film's about, it's a real story, based on a real story.
Just want to say, sorry, I just have to clarify. I don't want popcorn thrown in my face. I was like, popcorn, like when you go in like
in
a
the front
wedding.
Of your feet, yeah.
Yeah, like rice at the wedding. It's like popcorn when I enter the. Seems a bit of a waste.
See what you can do about that, yeah.
Thank you.
So it's based on a real story, which was back in 1996. The Olympics were took place in the US. And a person named Richard Jewell, who always wanted to be like a cop and worked as a security guard during the Olympics, during some of the concerts that followed, he found a mysterious backpack. And he calls it in, although everybody's like, it's just a backpack. Like, don't even worry about it. He's like, no, who knows? And what they find in this backpack is an actual bomb. Like a real story. So while trying to evacuate, the bomb goes off, and it's luckily like one person is killed. They say two, but I don't know. I read up on it, and the second person who died, I think, was like a reporter who, while running to the scene where just the bomb went off to like take pictures or something like that, he had a heart attack. So the bomb killed one person. Another person died like on the scene as well, and like 100 people were injured. But way more would have died if they hadn't called it and started evacuating. And it was all thanks to Richard Jewell. But the thing is, after that happened, he was called into like a couple of interviews, and then the FBI had this theory. So like he found the bomb, and he always wanted to be like a cop, so maybe he planted the bomb and found it just to be like the hero. And that's what the film is about. It's about like the media getting wind of that, and pretty much his life and his mother's life, who he's living with, getting kind of destroyed by the whole media circus, terrorizing them and making it kind of impossible for them to lead normal lives.
Right.
So Richard Jewell called one of his old acquaintances, who's a lawyer, played by Sam Rockwell, and he tries to defend him. And it's pretty much just about him, and he was so glad to be finally a hero, like his dream, and then everybody just thinks that he planted the bomb, seeing him as this monster, which is just a very touching story, and especially like his mother, who's played by Kathy Bates, who was nominated for an Oscar for this film.
Yes,
rightfully so, because it's just so sweet to see her being so proud of her son one moment, then seeing what is going on, being just so scared, not of her son because she totally believes him, but just so scared because their lives are changed so much, and she can't go out of the house, and she's just so sad that people just won't let her son be. And yeah, it's a great film.
Yeah, dude. I know I can't contribute anything to this. Like I can't contribute because I haven't watched it yet. But I'm so sold on this movie, and I've been sold like, as I said, for like over a year. I think this came out like maybe not like in November of 2019 in the States.
End of 2019, yeah.
Yeah, I think something like that. So almost a year, and yeah, dude. I mean, it's just got a lot of things that I love. And is Sam Rockwell, is he one of those reasons why you loved it too? Because you said the acting was great?
He's very good in this film.
Right.
But he's quite funny, to be honest. But the main actor, whose name I've forgotten, who is also in I, Tonya, where he's just great, or in
Paul Walter
Black Klansman. Yeah, right.
And he was recently in The Five Bloods.
Right, yeah, right. Yeah. And he's just a funny guy, to be honest.
He was so good in I, Tonya, yeah.
Great. Who plays this... His role in I, Tonya reminded me so much of his role in Richard Jewell. Just this guy who wants to be
a buffoon,
important, but he's just so not dumb, but just so naive at times, and just thinks he's like always right. And the funny thing is, in Richard Jewell, like when the FBI comes and tries to interrogate him, and his lawyer's like, "Don't tell them anything. They just want to get a false confession out of you or something. Just don't talk to them." He's like, "Well, I can't not talk to them. They're the United States, and he's just such a patriot. So I have to talk to them. They're the law, and they won't do anything bad to me. And well, as we now have seen, I think in many cases, or also portrayed in films, the United States, when they try to investigate people, they don't always do it the cleanest way.
Yeah.
And there's like this picture people hope to have, like the FBI is like very trained and they're like professionals and they're like the elite of investigators. But they do dumb and very shady shit sometimes.
Sure.
And he's just so taken aback by his lawyer telling him not to talk to them. And he's like, what? Whoa. I have to do whatever they tell me. And yeah, just so sweet of just Sam Rockwell telling him to shut the fuck up. And he just won't shut up.
So is this movie like funny as well?
At times. I mean, it's quite dramatic as what happened. Just the dialogue is so funny between the characters.
Right. It's written by a lot of people, but Billy Ray is one of them, who is secretly one of my absolute favorite filmmakers. He has like directed only a couple of movies, but has written a lot of great films. And it was, dude, as soon as I knew that he was involved in this project as well, I was even more sold on this.
I mean, a lot of talent is kind of involved in this. I mean, just DiCaprio and Jonah Hill as producers. And funny that you said Billy Ray, because I recently also watched a film written by him, or maybe even directed by him.
Oh, wow.
Overlord.
Yes, it's written.
Yeah.
It's directed by Julius Avery.
Julius Avery?
Yeah.
Who?
I believe that is correct. Hold on.
No. Maybe.
Oh, hold on. Overlord. Yeah, that's gotta be. Hold on. Overlord. I want to look this up. Yeah, Julius Avery. Yeah.
All right. Also, I think also produced by J.J. Abrams, right?
That is right. That is correct. I love Overlord. Love Overlord. Yeah.
I mean, have you seen the cinema?
Yes.
I think it's better in the cinema, to be honest.
It was fun, yeah. I had a great time with this movie.
It's very over the top, but it's fun. Yeah, it's very fun.
I just looked it up. Sorry, Richard Jewell is only written by Billy Ray. It is based on a book and on an article, but he wrote the screenplay. Yeah.
Yeah, good for him. He's a good screenwriter.
Yeah, he is. Like he wrote Captain Phillips, and he wrote. Gosh, I mean, you could now go through his list, but. Seek out the movies that he directed. There are some great movies. He's done 3 movies only, and one of them is a remake of Secret in Their Eyes, which the original is so much better. No.
Sorry, what is it called?
It's dude. I'm not gonna be you and do like the weird Portuguese thing there.
Well, you
City
always
of God.
say it this way when
it's
just the two of us. You always say that.
It's very true. It is very true. Yeah, the original.
You give me shit.
I'm completely doing this. No, but I wouldn't have said it. Fair. Yeah, but the original of Secret in Their Eyes is a fantastic movie, and Billy Ray remade it with Julia Roberts and Jewell Ejiofor and Nicole Kidman, and it's fine. It's not great, but he did 2 movies before that. They're called Shattered Glass and Breach, and they're 2 great movies to seek out. So just throwing that out there.
With Hayden Christensen.
Yes.
Well, it's very rare to see this guy in anything.
Yes. And in Breach, it's with the guy from Cruel Intentions. What's his name? Ryan Phillippe.
All right. Yeah. And I see Chris Cooper once again.
Always Chris
we
Cooper.
Talked about in our last special.
Yeah, it's always with Chris Cooper. But sorry, we're going off track. It's my fault. Sorry.
No. Yeah. Anyway, Richard Jewell. I mean, it's a Clint Eastwood film. You can say whatever you want about the guy, but he's just a great director, and he's been active for a whole lot of years. Maybe not everything he's done is great, but there's just so many good things.
Yeah,
that he's directed and starred in for the most part.
I'm hoping that this movie is going to be released like soon on Amazon or something. I'm not.
Richard Jewell?
Yeah, I've been waiting for this to be released. Like it's available once again on DVD in the UK. Right, but I just want it to be like either on Blu-ray or just on some sort of streaming service would be nice.
You might get to see it in cinemas anyways, because we went to go to the cinema, and then I went anyway, because it seemed like it was the last showing they had.
Yeah.
Because there was only one showing in the whole week.
Right.
And now they published the new program for next week, and
Right.
suddenly they're playing it every day again.
Oh, nice.
Although there were like 3 people in the whole.
Dude, they
room,
had
yeah.
like you set the record, the 3 of you last week, and it's like, this movie is going well. Playing this every
maybe
day
for
now.
Corona time it was completely empty.
Yeah.
Nobody. I just saw like 2-3 people leaving the room. What's it called? The room where they screen films.
The room where it happens.
Yeah, the room where it happens. That's right.
I never know what in the theater. I don't know.
Yeah,
Screening room. I don't know.
The screen room, whatever. Like 3 people left as well. So
Yeah.
not a lot is going on there. They seem very bored. Nobody's at the concession
Concession.
stand. Concession stand.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, maybe it might have been like a new record or.
Yeah, but this is like one of the, or once again, a recommendation that you can give for a movie that's now in theaters. We haven't had that in months, obviously.
That's true. That's
So
true.
if you want
check it out,
if you're brave enough to go out there again, I mean, obviously no one's going, so you, like as you said, you'd be alone in the.
Yeah,
cinema.
I just want to say, if you are scared of kind of getting infected inside a cinema, if you go to anywhere, there are more people than in the cinema right now. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's safer in there.
Wear a mask.
Yeah,
I did, and enjoy it. I mean,
Alright.
it is quite cool to be so few people watching a film in a cinema, and it is just a good film.
Yeah.
It's just A-class cinema, just because of Clint Eastwood. And the actors as well, of course.
Yeah, I will watch this as soon as I can. Of course,
Yeah.
just after Tenet.
So, speaking of you watching things, what's your pick? Because
Yes.
I'm excited if it's something
Yeah.
completely unexpected again.
It is. But I'm once again sorry to have to do this to you.
Let's go.
Apple TV Plus.
All right.
I'm sorry, dude.
Zoned out. No.
This is genuine. This is turning out to be a great streaming platform. Like, these guys have produced some great things recently, and their latest project, which came out last Friday. Sorry, but by the time this comes out, like a week before,
Right.
is called Ted Lasso. Now,
What?
you would, yeah. This is Jason Sudeikis starring as an American football coach who is hired by an English football team to be their coach.
Okay.
Now, you might have heard of this because 7 years ago, NBC produced a video in order to, like, as a commercial for their coverage of English football. They shot a little video with Jason Sudeikis playing Ted Lasso, and he sort of takes charge of Tottenham Hotspur, which is my team, the team that I support in real life.
Perfect show for you, dude.
Yeah, no. This was just for the commercial on NBC.
Oh, okay.
So this is like a 5-minute video where they just make fun of an American football coach who's taken over as a British football coach, right?
Mhm.
And now 7 years later, they took this little 5-minute segment commercial and turned it into a show. And this looked trashy when I first heard of this. I was like, why are they doing this? Yeah, no chance. But then the reviews were actually quite decent. And so far, 4 episodes have been released. Obviously, Apple always does it they release 3 episodes and then 1 per week.
Right, yeah.
And I've watched the first 4 now. And I'm honestly having a great time with it. It is really, really good. You got some of the jokes as well, especially the first couple of episodes, where they basically have the same jokes as in the video that was released 7 years ago. But those weren't as funny to me because I'd already heard them before. But it is really funny. Of course, this caters to me because I'm a football fan.
I just want to ask, is it watchable or as funny if you're not into football?
I think it is just because of the fact that the main guy has no idea about football. He's trained. He's an American football coach. He has, and the reason why he is hired as a British football coach is because I'm hoping to convey this coherently right now. Do you remember Jackson's mom from Sex Education? He has two moms. The very strict,
Which one?
The very strict moms.
The blonde
the
one.
blonde one, yes. So she plays the owner of a football club in England called AFC Richmond, which is not a real football club.
Okay.
she is going through a divorce with her playboy husband. He has like all those affairs, and the reason, and she sort of now has taken charge of the football club.
Okay, yeah.
And the reason why she hired an American football coach is because she wants to see the club that her husband used to own burn.
Okay.
But Ted Lasso, he doesn't know that, obviously. He is hired to be the next great manager, and he obviously is the laughingstock for everyone, for the British media, and for the players and everyone, because he has no idea what he's doing. But what makes this fun is because he is such a genuinely good guy, and he's such a lovable buffoon as well. Like he has no idea what he's doing, and he's got like, he steps into every trap or whatever you could step into. Like, it's a guy who's trying to navigate through the turmoils of being a football coach, having no idea what he actually does, and it's just like through the goodness of his heart trying to make sense of everything, and everything goes to shit, and he's like, yeah, no, we'll figure it out, and he's just genuine like hope in him. And obviously with 4 episodes in, and there's like 11 episodes, I think. I'm gonna guess that things are gonna take a turn for the good, and then I'm gonna guess that the team starts to play well, even though he has no idea. And obviously the first couple episodes are all disastrous, that they lose every game and everyone makes fun of them. But yeah, I mean, in the first episode he asks the kit man for his name, and he's like totally perplexed, like, why do you want to know my name? No one's ever asked my name before. And he's like he's forming relationships and friendships with him, and it's just very, very funny at times as well, and very genuine.
Sweet. I mean, I'm just looking at the poster right now. He looks like a very sweet guy with his mustache, smiling like that.
He does, doesn't he?
Such an innocent man.
Yeah. But he left his family like at home. I think he's going through tough times there, like his child and his wife, and I think his wife sort of needs space from him as well, which is a reason why he left. But then they always call each other, and you feel for him because he seems like such a good guy, and he's going through tough times there as well. But yeah, I mean, I was really, really pleasantly surprised by this. You got like one of those characters as well, like the owner, the woman. She has like one of her like henchmen by her sides, like one of her like guys that she just commands around. He's called Higgins, and he's such a caricature of a character. Like literally, like you could find him to be extremely annoying. I find him funny because he's just so stupid and just there for humor, like just there in order to make light of situations. But it worked for me. And with the very first episode, have you watched these SNL skits where Kenan Thompson, where he does like the "What's up with that"? Do you know these segments?
It seems familiar.
Where he's like a host, and then every time he wants, when he starts interviewing someone, the music kicks in, and he just breaks into song, and that's the whole show. I'm
not sure. To be honest, I've seen so many SNL skits, I can't keep them. I have no idea.
It's like he starts asking a question, then the beat kicks in the background, just like very slowly, and Kenan Thompson just looks at the camera and is like, oh God, I gotta sing, and then he stops the interview and just gets up and dances and sings, and everyone's coming in, dancers and like cheerleaders or whatever. And Jason Sudeikis used to come in and just perform a dance move, and he used that same dance move in a celebration video in the first episode of Ted Lasso, when they sort of introduced him as a successful American football coach, and he's sort of celebrating with his team, and he used that dance move. And I was like, I know this, and I love the show from that moment on, because it's just such a cool move, and it just makes him so likable. And it just, I could go on and on. I don't know if this is for everyone. Obviously, they have like, it is the Premier League. It is the British Premier League, so they actually like play against actual teams. They've played against.
Do they show actual players?
No, but they played like against Crystal Palace, which is a real life football club right now. And the one thing that I absolutely loved as well is when they show footage of the games, they have actual football commentators that I listen to every weekend when I watch football. So just very immersive and real in that way.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it has two things that are just perfect for you. I just looked it up. One creator is a Scrubs writer.
That's the
And
next thing I would have said. You're so right.
Yeah. And an episode was directed by Zach Braff.
Zach Braff. It's literally, it literally had it right here. It's produced by Bill Lawrence, who did Scrubs. And the second episode is directed by Zach Braff. Yeah. I mean,
cool.
that's not really a selling point, but,
Well, it is
it's
for
cool.
maybe some people.
well, the fact that Bill Lawrence produced it, he's like the showrunner, he has a lot of influence on the whole show. And I think he co-wrote it as well.
Yeah.
But Zach Braff, he just directed one episode. So, which is cool.
Still
but-
pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Hold on, I just want to look up really quickly if it says it's got 12 episodes now. I'm sorry, it might have. Oh no, that's season 2. That's already been announced. Whatever.
Yeah. And like a special, Make Rebecca Great Again.
Make Rebecca Great Again.
Yeah, if you go into episodes, that's like season 1, season 2, and then question mark. It just says Make Rebecca Great Again.
Wow. Yep.
For whatever reason.
But yeah,
No context.
this is and one other last selling point, which is not a selling point, but the theme song is written by Marcus Mumford from Mumford and Sons. Great, because he has like a history with Jason Sudeikis, because Jason Sudeikis played in the music video in Hopeless Wanderer, I think. Him and Jason Bateman and other people are sort of playing Mumford and Sons, and I just had to smile when I heard the theme song. I was like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, they have a history with each other. And yeah, I can't wait for more, dude. I'm really enjoying this a lot.
Well, yeah, you heard here. Another reason to subscribe to Apple Plus. TV.
Apple TV Plus, yeah.
Apple TV Plus, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you might have it. You might have like a year, like a free subscription year. That's how I got it. When you buy a new iPhone, I got it like last November. It comes with 1 year subscription. And
Right.
So far, it's really paid off. It's really, and yeah, it's called Ted Lasso. I really like it.
Do you know how much it is for just a normal subscription?
I believe it is $5 a month.
That's quite all right.
Yeah,
I mean, if you just want to watch 1 or 2 shows, subscribe for a month.
yeah,
And yeah.
I'm hoping that's right. But I think there's like a yearly thing as well. If you save if you buy like the whole year. I think it's $50 the year.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you share your account.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Apple TV Plus, sponsor us. We'll make even more.
Yes, please do.
Of an
That'd be a
advertising
great
fee.
sponsor, Apple. Please. The last thing I've written down that I haven't mentioned yet is obviously him sort of. Well, I mentioned the players. They don't really take a liking to him because he's an American football coach who has no idea what he's doing. But he's sort of. There's one like really cocky player. There's one older player who's like. He's completely fed up with everything that's going on, and it's sort of also the show is about sort of him. Sort of building relationships with the players, but also like helping them to play well with each other. Yeah, it's cheesy, but it is sort of it's good. It works, and it also stars Juno Temple, who was in Wonder Wheel. If you remember her, she was the main actress in Wonder Wheel, in Woody Allen's Wonder Wheel.
I do not remember, to be honest.
Okay, that's fine. But she plays like yeah, she has a big part in this show as well. I mean, I could go on and on. It's really good.
I'm gonna make a guess and say there's gonna be a tea joke in there.
There is.
Yeah, like the American coming over for tea time.
There
Something
is.
like that. Right,
And
of course,
these little things, like as you said, because you just said that, you could think that that the jokes wouldn't be good because you expect them. I really had to laugh though at these kind of jokes because of Jason Sudeikis' delivery. It's really, really good, and he's got like this whole biscuits with the boss thing. Every morning he comes in and sort of wants to bond with the boss, who's the woman who actually doesn't want him to succeed, but then he sort of manages to charm her a little bit, and it's really interesting the interaction between the two of them.
he seems like a charming guy.
Yeah, he plays it really well.
Well, cool.
That's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have any honorable mentions aside from that?
Project Power, dude. That was it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You completely blocked that out already.
I already took it down from my watch list.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's fine. I'm sure you won't rush out to see Ted Lasso, but I think you would actually enjoy it. I really think you would.
I would enjoy it, and I think I would watch it if I had
Yeah.
Apple TV Plus. But I have already a couple of subscriptions, so
I know.
I'm gonna take it slowly. Maybe when the whole season's finished, maybe something else is on Apple TV Plus. I might try it out for like a month.
Yeah, it's got good things on it.
Then,
And
yeah.
obviously, like Defending Jacob and the morning
Ted
show.
Lasso. All right.
Lasso. Yeah, no, it's got good things. Good things. But yeah,
Right. Cool.
yeah, that's me done. I think that's us
Cool.
done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, little thing that I just want to mention to you. I finally got to see Searching.
I saw that. That's on Amazon, right?
It's on Netflix.
Completely wrong. Okay.
It might also be on Amazon. I don't know.
I don't know why. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Go on.
No, I mean, I just want to mention because you watched in the sneak preview, and I think like a year ago, and
Yeah.
when it came out, I was sick or something like that, or other an engagement.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to see it, and I finally got to, and I think it's a very cool concept, but I was a little disappointed by the ending. That's all I'm gonna say.
It was I actually liked the ending, but I
Like the
saw
conclusion.
I saw the like
The connection.
certain things coming.
All right. Well, really, I mean, it's quite different than one would expect, I think. So I'm interested how you got to that conclusion.
Yeah, I remember specifically talking about it with the other people that I watched it with, and I was like, I figured the movie out quite early, and I even wrote that. I wrote like a little review on Letterboxd, and I was like, if I hadn't figured it out, I would have loved this even more because I really like the movie a lot.
Yeah.
I've read something about it recently because maybe I think the filmmakers are working on something new that's interesting for me. I think, yeah, here, maybe. Run. A homeschooled teenager begins to suspect her mother is keeping a dark secret from her. Right, with Sarah Paulson. That's from the same
Cool.
director as Searching. I don't know when that is going to be released, but yeah, for some reason I had this film, I thought about this film quite recently.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because it's set in 2017. I was quite surprised because I think it came out in 2019. But then I looked it up. It apparently took like 3 years to film.
Well, it took 3 years to edit.
Edit, right. Filming was actually quite fast, yeah, just the whole
editing
screen
process
thing, yeah. Because
yeah.
Searching just takes place on like computer screens and
Yeah.
phone screens. And everything you see in like in the real world is captured through like photos or a webcam or something like that. Or like a video posted on the internet. So it's a quite
Great
cool
concept.
It's a very cool concept, so check it out. It's on Netflix.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on Netflix. Yeah.
Maybe both, who knows?
No, I mixed it up. Anyway, let's wrap this up. We've been going a while
Yeah.
again. Please, unfortunately, we didn't get to talk about things that we have both seen this week for various reasons, but I'm hoping that we still got to convey how much we enjoyed the things that we watched.
Yeah.
Please
And-
check them out.
Yeah, you got a couple of subscription things, one cinema thing again. So the well is yours. Your choice.
Yes. Thanks for listening again. We've especially also on last week's episode. I think we were proud of that one. Please check it out if you haven't already, and thank you if you have already. And please tell someone about our show, our podcast, if you enjoy it. And yeah, please check us out on YouTube and on all the podcasting platforms, and leave us a subscription or a follow. And we'll be back next week with, hopefully, if all goes well, I don't want to jinx it, one of the greatest things we've seen all year.
I hope so as well.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you for listening, and we'll be back next week.
Yeah, see ya. Bye.